Hey, good morning, YouTube. Today we're gonna do a wrap up of Team Affinity 2. I'm gonna go through the cards that I like the most, the cards I like the least, and show you everything that you need to do to complete your Team Affinity missions. So let's do that. All right, so first off, what you want to do is go to Programs, go to Team Affinity, and here is the Season 2 ones. As you can see, I've already got some done because I have no life, and that's what I've been doing today on my Twitch stream. The first thing you want to do is, if you've been playing a while and you have a lot of the cards, you can go here to collections, and there's actually a flashbacks and legends collection for each one worth 10 points, and it's pretty easy to do if you've been playing at all this year. I did all those, and they're worth 10 points apiece, which will get you to 6%. As you can see right here, I haven't done anything else with the West or the East. And then if you have a lot of cards laying around and you don't care about exchanging them, they added a fourth exchange here worth 30 points, which is a lot. I did all the exchanges in the NL Central and got 30, 45, 55, 60 points towards Team Affinity, which is a chunk. When you consider that there is, what, 150 points altogether? Yeah, so that's a huge chunk right there, just in exchanges. And don't try to do them right now, though, if you don't already have the cards, because all the cards are up in price. The silvers are up and everything's up. So if you don't have the cards already, I would wait at least a week, maybe 4 or 5 days, and you should be able to start buying silvers again at a reasonable price to do exchanges. Some of the options you can do also besides that is they added plate appearance missions now. You can do this against CPU. 75 plate appearances, and it's repeatable. That's online. And there's also online missions for hits, extra base hits, and strikeouts, which are all repeatable, but those are all online. The only offline one is 100 plate appearances for 10 points. That is repeatable, so you can play against the computer on rookie and probably get, you know, a ton of plate appearances every game if you just sit there and wanted to grind it out that way. Or what I did, and what I suggest you do, is they have the conquest map, one for each division. Again, they have a central, they have an east, and they have a west. You go to single player modes, conquest. I've already done the central map, so it's going to be down here somewhere. Where's it at? Hello? Oh, there it is. I've already done it, so you have to steal 4 million fans, and then the rest is just the normal conquest. It's worth 30 points for your NL Central and American League Central. So what I did was I filled my lineup with National League Central players, so you can get plate appearances for the National League Central. And as you unlock those packs, which I'll show you right now, right here, there's these what they call henchman packs, and they have these guys in them, and they each have a mission you can do as well. So if you do those missions while you're playing Conquest, they give you points as well, and they're right here. Lester, 8 strikeouts, 4 points. Foster, 4 extra base hits, 4 points. And each division has these cards right here. And then when you unlock the boss cards, as they call them, the Pryor has 10 strikeouts, which I've already done. I have all these guys except for these two right here. I'm missing the last two, the worst two. Well, technically, I think they're the worst two, but let's talk about some of the worst cards in the program, in my opinion. So let's go to your packs here. All right, so Mark Pryor, he's decent. I don't know how well he'll be online because of his pitch mix. His four seam's okay, and his slurve is pretty cool, but he's got really good control, and he's got great break on his slurve and his curveball, and he does have a fastball changeup with, you know, not much, 12-mile-an-hour speed differential, so it's not awful. So he might be all right online. Maybe on Hall of Fame. I don't know how he'll be on All-Star, but on Hall of Fame he might be all right. I'm going to try him anyways because I like Mark Pryor, and he was one of the cards I wanted. Johnny Bench, decent catcher. He doesn't have much power against right-handers, but even if you parallel 5 him, he's still not going to hit 80. So he's okay, but he's not the best catcher. He's not the best catcher in the program. This guy here sucks. avoid him unless you're a Brewers fan and you're hard up for Brewers cards. I guess I would get him, but yeah, not a fan. Pirates, as you know, they're not good, but this guy, check this out. Where is it at? Quirks. I believe he has, no, I thought he had Outlier, but I guess he don't. But he does have a sinker. He's got a hard fastball. He's got good control for his fastball, and he's got good break on his curve and sinker, so he might be all right. But he's a Pirate, so by default, he's probably going to suck. And then there's this ridiculous card that they gave us for the all-time Cardinals. Joe Torre, MVP 1971. Like, he had any competition. All right, look at this card. I'm a Cardinal fan. Listen, unless you're blind and you absolutely need the biggest PCI on the planet, you'll never use this Joe Torre card. His swing is so slow, unless they fix it, and I doubt they did. His swing is so slow, and he just doesn't have any power. Look at him look at his stance. Look at him. What is he trying to do with his stance right there? It looks like he's taking a dump. That's awful. All right, so then we're gonna hop over to the AL Central. This guy right here, very good. He's got Outlier on his fastball, and so that makes it 102 miles an hour. So if you are looking for someone to be a pain to hit, even on All-Star and ranked seasons, I would get this guy because he could go well with your Michael Kopech that I know a lot of you are using, because every time I go to play ranked seasons, I face Michael Kopech. So if you use Michael Kopech, you'll definitely want to use this guy. He's got great break on his slider and his changeup. He's got a ridiculous fastball, and his pitch control on his fastball is not awful, and his slider's okay too. The only thing wrong with this card is he doesn't have a sinker and he doesn't have a cutter, but with his fastball changeup speed differential, he should be pretty nasty against players that, you know, can't handle hitting 102 miles an hour even on All-Star. So he's probably a good get. Jim Thome, definitely a good card to get. He will hit everything out of the park. His PCI should be okay even for the average player. So he's a very good option at first base. I'm definitely going to get him and try him out. This card right here, probably the worst card in the whole program. I'm just kidding, but it's not good. I feel bad for Tigers fans because they could have got so much better. They have so much better prospects even. Like, I don't even understand this card at all. I mean, he's going to have a decently sized PCI, I guess, and he's a good defender, but he has no speed. And if you're looking for a third baseman, you want a third baseman with power. Even if you parallel this guy, he's not great. I feel bad. I'm sorry, Tigers fans. Johnny Damon, hot trash. Wouldn't use this card ever in a million years, but it's the Royals, so what else would you expect? And then you got Jordan. I don't care what his last name is because his pitch mix stinks. So avoid him at all costs as well. All right, let's go to the AL East. All right, Cal Ripken. Usually Cal Ripken gets a good card. All right, this is not it. He's a good defender. His swing's not great, usually ever. And if you're going to use a Cal Ripken, you want one that has actual power, and this one lacks that unless you're facing a left-handed hitter. He might be a good bench shortstop, but probably not. Jimmy Fox, this is a decent catcher option right here. I wouldn't probably use him at first base. If you're going to use him, I would use him at catcher. He's got great power, great vision, everything you want, especially when catchers aren't that deep. So this is a really good option for catcher. I would definitely use him at catcher, and I'm going to use him at catcher at some point. Lou Gehrig got hosed. He doesn't have any power. I guess if you parallel him, he'd be all right. He's got good vision and all that if you need a big PCI, but there's so many better options right now at first base. Lou Gehrig will get a better card too, so meh. Shane McClanahan has horrible pitches, just like a couple of other rookie cards. Not a fan. Now this guy right here, I would try this guy out. Right-handed hitting, shortstop, play him at third base as well. He's got power. He's got good vision. He's got good defense. We're definitely going to check this one out. Jordan Groshans is a beast. I would definitely check him out. He's probably, maybe Jimmy Fox might be the best one, but he's a close second. NL East. All right, NL East, they gave us another Hank Aaron. Now, this card's not bad. It's definitely way better than his 42 card. He can play third in all the outfield spots. If you parallel him, he gets over the 80 power versus righty mark. He'll get 82. So he's definitely usable if you like Hank Aaron. I'll check this card out because I didn't get to use the 42 series card. He's got good defense too. So, I mean, like I said, you could stick him in left, center, right. I wouldn't play him at third base, but I mean, it's definitely a card worth checking out. Edward Cabrera. Now this guy right here is an animal. He's got a sinker. And I believe his sinker has, I think this is the one I was thinking about, right? Yeah, he has outlier on his sinker. So that's probably going to be a nasty pitch. And if you remember Sixto from last year, he was really dirty. So I would definitely check this guy out. I think he has potential to be pretty good. This is one of my favorite cards in the whole set. I can't wait to play him at shortstop. Switch hitter. He's got great defense. He's got power. Good vision, good contact, and he's got a great name. Like, look at the name. He's got a baseball name. Definitely going to try this guy out at shortstop. Jackson Rutledge sucks out loud. I don't even want to look at his card anymore. And then there's Cliff Lee. Now, this one right here, I think if you use pinpoint pitching, could be just as good or better than Tom Glavine. I know that sounds like heresy, but watch this. Look at his pitch control. Like, literally, if you are on Hall of Fame or higher, now not All-Star because it doesn't matter, but if you're on Hall of Fame or higher and you can use pinpoint, look at the control on all his pitches. He's got a cutter, he's got a sinker, he's got a knuckle curve, a circle change, and he's got good movement also on almost all his pitches except for his cutter. Like, that's crazy. Like, he doesn't throw hard, but he can locate everything. That is actually insane, and he's got, you know, great movement on his pitches. So we're definitely going to be using Cliff Lee and checking him out. And if you parallel him, I think he gets even better. I don't know, but he's pretty disgusting. He's definitely one of my top 5 cards in the whole set. We're going to go to the AL West now. This is my favorite pitcher in the whole program. I always like Roy Oswalt. He may not be the best pitcher in the whole program, but he's my favorite because I like Roy Oswalt every time he has a card. I always like using it. He's got a sinker. I wish he had a cutter, but he don't. He has a slider, and he has a ridiculously slow curveball. He has a 96 mile an hour fastball and a 72 mile an hour curveball. That is pitch differential out the booty hole. He can control everything except for his changeup at a ridiculous rate, and his movement on his curveball is really, really good, and his slider. So if you factor that in with how slow it is compared to his fastball and his delivery, I think this card's going to be really nasty, especially at tier 5. So we're definitely going to get him to tier 5 because he will be in my rotation as soon as I get him, and I can't wait to try him out. Torrey Hunter, great dude. His son's a great dude. This is a good card. It's a solid card. It's a solid outfield card. There's really nothing bad about this card. He's even got a little bit of speed, not great speed, but a little bit of speed. So we'll definitely try him out. It's a nice card. Oakland got dicked again. No sense in even looking at it. Edgar, he's got no power against lefties, really, which really stinks because that's what you really want out of a right-handed DH, basically. Technically, he's a first baseman, third baseman, but he's not. And there's so many better options, and his swing's not that great. So now this guy right here might be the best catcher in the whole Diamond Dynasty right now. Although, when they put out Gary Sanchez today, maybe Gary might be as good or better. I don't know. I like Gary's swing. I haven't used this guy's swing yet, but we're going to check him out. He's got a ton of power. He's got good defense, so we're definitely going to give him a look. I think he has potential to be one of the 5 best cards in the set. All right, NL West, Brandon Webb has a sinker. He has a cutter, so those are 2 of the better pitches you want to look for. He doesn't have any speed, but what he does have is he has great control on his sinker, which means you can dot it up if you use pinpoint. The thing is, I don't know how many of y'all use pinpoint. I use pinpoint. I like pinpoint. I'm getting better at it. But if you're not good at it, then I don't know how good this card will be because you have to locate with it. As you can see, he's got great break on his sinker, which could be a real pain in the butt. His cutter does not move at all, though. So it basically nullifies one pitch. I don't know how good this card's going to be. We're definitely going to try it out. But with his pitch speed, I don't know. I'm not as hyped about it as I was when I heard that he had a card. So we'll have to see. Dante Bichette, I definitely want to use. I like his swing. He's got a crap ton of power. He's everything you want in a third baseman. If he was a third baseman, but he's not. He's an outfielder, so he's got good speed. He plays right field. I'd probably put him in left field, though. I don't think I'd play him in right field. But I'm definitely going to try him out. I want to see how good his card is compared to last year. I liked his card last year, but this one's better, I think. So we'll see. I'm excited to use it. Plus, I like the card art. Josiah Gray stinks. He's not as good as what's his face the Dodgers had last year. What was his name? I don't even remember. Don't care. Tony Gwynn will get a 99 eventually. I love Tony Gwynn cards, but you know, he doesn't have any power. But I still love Tony Gwynn, so we'll use the card at some point. Willie Mays. This is an just okay card. He'll get a 99. He'll have a better card. Willie Mays has a really good swing. Willie Mays is always a good card. So we'll play with this one a little bit and check him out, see how he is. This is definitely a little bit older Willie Mays by looking at the card and everything. But he's still double diamond. He just doesn't have his usual speed. So we'll still check him out though. Like there's a lot of good cards in this set overall. Now the henchmen, like I was talking about, there's a few that are very, very good. This Charlie Blackmon could be a lot of fun, especially in BR. Heath Bell was very good for a couple years, but I don't know how good this card's going to be because he doesn't have any control for his sinker and he doesn't have any break. So I don't know how good it'll be. Don Sutton. No. Sergio Romo sometimes is all right. We might have to check that one out. We'll see. NL East. Nope. American League Central. Nope. Now, if Joe Nathan gets a better card eventually, Joe Nathan can be pretty good, but that card's not good. NL Central. Now, Tyler O'Neill, this card's back. This card was a beast. It's still good for BR, but maybe a theme team too, like all-time Cardinals would be pretty good, but his defense is horrible. Not like the real Tyler O'Neill. And the rest of these cards, you know, I like Sweet Dick Willie a lot, and this is a decent card for a first baseman, especially if you're just getting the game and starting off. He's got a really good swing, so he's definitely somebody that, you know, I would think about using. Right here, this is all. I mean, Chris Davis is really cool too. He's got a lot of power, and he's usually got a pretty good swing, and he's pretty cool. Kiermaier, we finally got a diamond Kiermaier. He's got a great swing. He just doesn't have any power, but he always plays above his stats, I feel like. The badass Edwin's back. He always kills the ball. And now this guy right here. Everybody was all excited about Huff, but then this came out. And he's actually got good defense. He doesn't have diamond defense like Huff has, but his swing is super glitchy. He doesn't have great contact against left-handers, which is super weird. But he has a ton of power, and you know, he's right in the middle in vision, so I don't know. I think we're going to try this card in ranked seasons for sure, and definitely if we see him in BR, we're drafting him because he's an absolute beast. Okay, so other ways to get points. There's the new Showdown, which I've already done one today. Got all the way to the boss, perfect, and needed one run to win, and did that. The only thing I'm going to say about this Team Affinity this time, as compared to Season 1 had a lot of quick missions. Get in, get out, super fast. This one, it feels like the missions are easier, but they're definitely longer. So there's a lot of 3-inning ones. Now you can get them done quicker than 3 innings, but if you struggle with Showdowns, I feel like you're going to be very, very upset with Season 2 Team Affinity Showdowns because they could be a pain in the ass. Because like I said, a lot of them are 3 innings. They got ones where you need 2 hits and a home run and a strikeout of the other team. Like, just some weirdo crap. And I don't know. Like I said, I got through it perfectly. If you just take your time and focus, it can be an easy run through. And I'm going to actually put out a video this week with a timer to see how long it takes to get through one. So that way, if you are someone who only has a certain amount of time to play, you know about how long it will take you to draft and get through a complete Showdown. I'll have the timer on the screen and everything, so you have an idea of how long it takes. And I'm also going to do that when I work on the other thing we have here, which is the new Conquest maps. Like I said, I already done the Central. I still have the East and the West. So the next time I start either the East or the West, I'm going to start a timer on the screen and see how long it takes to actually complete, you know, each map. So that way, when I put the video out, you'll know exactly how long roughly it will take you to do either map. So that way you can plan your time accordingly. But make sure that if you're doing these maps, like I said, you fill your lineup with, like if you're doing the East, make sure you have NL East or AL East or both players in your lineup so you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone by getting play appearances while you're doing the map. All right, lastly, you have moments again. There's moments, there's 1 for each team. There were 2 points apiece, so that's 10 points. That's not awful because a lot of them sometimes aren't bad, but then you got these ones here, the pitcher ones. Now, while they're easy, strike out 8 batters, you know, it's on veteran, so it's pretty easy, but I just hate the ones that take multiple innings. They're all looking like they're going to take, well, yeah. I mean, some of these aren't bad. The pitcher ones, though, are just ass. 2 hits, extra base hit with Torrey. Just shoot me. 8 strikeouts with Priester and Pryor. That's not bad. Yeah, none of them are. I mean, none of them look all that bad if you just go through and do them, I guess. But listen, if you're gonna do the moments, I suggest you do it this way. You go out to single player modes, go to moments. Don't do them from the Team Affinity page because it'll kick you back out and you have to go back in every time. Go to the moments section, go to Team Affinity, and do them that way. Because then you can knock them out one after another. You'll knock them out, go to the next set. Knock them out, go to the next set. Oh yeah, and as always, they have the March to October that you can do. You know, that's worth a good chunk of points. If March to October is your thing, depending upon how good you are, you can get a ton of points. You win the World Series, you can get 28 on Legend, 25 on Hall of Fame, which is pretty reasonable. But man, I just feel like it takes too much time to get all. I haven't done one yet. I'm gonna do one for YouTube. We'll do a Cardinal one first and see how long it takes to get through a Hall of Fame March to October. Again, I'll put a timer up on the screen just to see how long roughly it will take. But we'll check that out. Maybe this week I'll start that and see how long it actually takes. All right, and the very last thing, the thing this is all about, the big collection. Ramon actually spilled the beans within the first 30 seconds of their stream when he called it the Mariano Collection, so we all already knew what the collection was, but we waited for it anyways, and it was worth the wait. Mariano is an absolute disgusting endgame card. Like, he's an endgame closer. Like, I don't think there's going to be a better relief pitcher released this year in the game. I don't know how there could be. I mean, he's got the cutter, he's got a sinker, he's got a good fastball. He's got stupid pitch control on his cutter, sinker, fastball, even decent on his slider. And then look at the break. His cutter, 99. Literally, you could throw at a right-hander's penis, and it's going to end up in a left-hander's penis box. It's going to go from penis to penis, right hand to left hand. That's how much movement this cutter has. Yeah, you have to get, what is it? 14 vouchers, and there's 15 things available. One of them is Jackie Robinson. So if you have Jackie Robinson, then, you know, that's good because that's one. And then you only need 13 more. And you can skip, you know, you can skip another one. But me, I don't have Jackie, so I have to do the rest of these. And yeah. So anyways, that's this video. I hope I covered everything for Team Affinity 2. It's a great program, a lot of good cards. It's going to shake up people's lineups, which is what we need, because the game needs to stay fresh. If everybody's using the same lineups online, then it gets boring and stale. So there's lots of good options that came out. Even in the Henchman packs, there's a few good options you could use on your team. Even if you have the best cards in the game, Gary Sanchez is a viable option. Sean Doolittle is a viable option. Like, there's some... Even in the Henchman packs, there's some good options that you can use in your ranked season squad. And in the main cards in the set, there's definitely a lot. There's at least 22 good cards in the set. There's a few shitters, but for the most part, there's a lot of good cards that you could try out in your ranked season team. We're going to try out a bunch of them just to see what we like, try different theme teams, try different ideas, you know, just to see, you know, what cards we like and what cards we don't like. That's what, you know, this is all about anyways, right? So we're definitely going to check that out. If you're looking for more content, I stream Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Twitch at twitch.tv/bigoldbuck. I have a TikTok, and of course, you know, I have YouTube because you're here right now. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It's free. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I'd like to get, you know, at least 10 likes per video, which I think we've been hitting pretty much on most things. But I'd like to get that as an average for a little while and see if we can't get that, you know, going. I need more comments though. So if you have any comments on the video or questions, if I didn't cover anything in the program and you still have questions, just ask. The comment section is literally right below the video. All you have to do is type in a question and ask, and I'll answer. I literally answer it the second I see it. So, and if you have any ideas for videos or anything like that, you can leave them in the comment section. You can DM me. I'm a very approachable person. You know, I'm not angry except for when the game screws me, you know, so I'm pretty nice. So feel free to ask. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to catch me next time. Same buck channel.